Welcome back, fellow scrubs. This is Mark D. Wiz. I'm not missing this Thursday. Though it's gonna be an interesting day today. It's gonna be how do I put this? Oh, I forgot the. Hold on. I forgot the titles for the tracks here. I use Snip to do that, by the way. It's a free program. It reads the I guess like the title data of whatever's playing in Winamp. Yeah, and then it puts it down there. Anyway, I had a little non-life-threatening surgical procedure today, so if I sound distracted or a little off, it's just it's a little painful, so it's just distracting. So apologies for any airheadedness in today's stream, but I didn't want to miss another one of these anyway. So what we're gonna do is attempt to analyze and maybe at least attempt to try to make a run cycle. They're typically pretty hard to do in animation, but I gotta bite the bullet at some point, and I think that today would be a good day to do that. while I'm all distracted and extra on edge, right? Yeah, that's a great thing. But that's what I was gonna do anyway. So we'll start by looking at one of the examples that I pulled, and it's gonna be from Mario 2, and we'll see what they did there. And I pulled the example, yeah, running while in pain, right? Yeah, it's not fun. So I pulled the example both from the NES game and the Super Nintendo remake. But there's a couple interesting things between the two that are a little different that I'd like to look at. And then we'll kind of, I guess, make a decision to see how much we want to take from this example. So, good old Mario 2. It's always got my back. Oh, wait, we got that new tool, right? Yeah, hold on. We got that one thing AJ sent. I actually pinned it to my start menu this time, DJV. And so let's drag this in. Hey, stop fighting. Hey, yeah. Cats are acting up. So this I can go frame by frame, but we'll just like look at it for now. And yes, this is captured off a real NES. Composite artifacting and all. Gotta have that authentic experience, right? So let's see. He's got a little bit of a bob, but I think it's just animated into the frames, right? He's got two frame walk cycle. There's a lot of ways that we could go about this. We could do a 2-frame walk cycle. It'd be very simple. It would look a little more cartoony, right? Oh, it's not gonna loop, right? No. Okay. You actually have to tell it to go all the way back to the beginning. There's a little more cartoony, and that's all right. I mean, the Mansion game's not exactly your Silent Hill or anything. So there's the ability to do this, or you could do a 3-frame run cycle. You could do a Mario-style 3-frame run cycle. Or you could do a Mega Man style 3-frame run cycle. And the difference between those is that the Mega Man one is where you would take frame 1, 2, 3, and then you would go back to frame 2. So that way the arms can go from back to side to forward to side to back. Or the Mario way of doing it, where the arm just moves from side to semi-back to all the way back, and then semi-back and back to side. And it's quite a different thing. And I think the Super Nintendo one does that. So let's see. And yes, captured off of an actual Super Nintendo. In fact, the game is still on. I could switch to it if I wanted. But yeah, you see how there's a kind of like that 3-frame little bob thing? And it looks like the legs are switching places, but they're actually not. So it's a little bit of a trick. But the other thing I noticed is that the bob looks different. And maybe because it's on 3 frames, but I want to frame by frame this one specifically to take a look at that. So it could be programmed in as opposed to actually in the sprites themselves. Because how would you do the bob in the sprites? Would frame 1 be on the ground and frame 2 and 3 not be on the ground? Because you got the even odd issue here where you can't just oscillate it back and forth, which makes me think it might be a programmatic application. So yeah, let's actually go through this then and take a look. Oh, I can just use the arrow keys. Okay, let's get to him actually. Okay, come on. There we go. We'll go back. We'll start from the beginning when he's sitting on the ground, right? Okay. So forward, he's just gonna start to move. Okay. He's clearly not touching the ground. Touching the ground. Ah, okay. So he bobs up in his standing frame. See, now that's different because when you're just standing, and this is also smart reuse of frames too, where their standing pose is part of the run cycle. And that's why the foot's kind of like behind him a little bit. You don't question it so much, you just think he's standing a little weird, right? Alright, now this frame looks lower to the ground than the last time we saw it. And now this is off the ground, where it wasn't before. And now it's back on the ground. Off. It's always going to be off with this one, but it depends on how high. Okay, wait, okay, so... yeah, this is strange, where they've sort of inverted it. So frame 1 is on... frame 1 is down. We're going to use down and up for the bobbing. And I'm pretty sure it's programmatic that they're doing it. It's actually kind of smart. So frame 1 is down, frame 2 is up, frame 3 is down. And then frame 1 on repeat is up. It's different. And then frame 2 is down. Here you see it's lower than it was in the first cycle. And I bet that this one, yep, is going to be above. So then frame 3 is back up. And then frame 1 on repeat is down. So yeah, so what they're doing, they have a 3-frame run cycle, but they have an every other frame bob. And to do that, the bob is most likely programmatically applied. And what I mean by that is it's not drawn into the sprite. It's just that the program decides to raise the sprite up and down when it renders by 1 pixel. So you have 3 frames of animation, but you have 2 frames of bobbing. So altogether, that's a total combination of 6 frames. And it loops twice to get that effect. Okay, I thought something was strange was going on with that because it looks so oddly smooth for a 3-frame. There was something definitely additional there. And I like the bob though. The bob's really nice, especially when he runs. It just adds quite a bit. And part of that is because I'm gonna use Zoom Player just to open this quick. Oh. Let's turn music off. Not that I don't like Mario 2 music, but look how different it is. Like the bob's alright, but it doesn't look as advanced. There's just some special mix when they do it on the Super Nintendo, and that's kind of what tipped me off if something was going on there. It's smart. And I honestly didn't remember that the NES only had 2 frames of animation. And I did remember that the Super Nintendo had 3 though. So I think we'll probably look at the Super Nintendo's version here. So the other way we could do this the Mega Man way. That would be my initial go-to estimation on what to do, but I can't say that we won't do a 2-frame or this. And we have I did do an example of running. with a 3-frame Mario style. Oh, here's the, yeah, I did a silly little goofy 2-frame. I don't like how it looks, but that was the initial test, which was kind of funny. Or I should say, not the initial test, but the second test that we did. But it was more kind of a goof than anything, just to show what it would look like. I mean, it's certainly doable, but I would have to change probably a lot about it. Where is... I probably don't even have it animated as a file, do I? But we do have... this is the original 3-frame I did. I think I did it... Yeah, at first I did it in the flat style without the outlines. I mean, it was okay, I guess. I tried to get in a full range of arm movement. That differs from how it is in Mario 2. And 3 as well, I believe. Only has half arm movement. But let's take, he looks a little weird with the 4x3. Or the 3/4 view, sorry. So let's just get him animated so you can see what that looks like. I'll get him a little... There we go. I think he actually fits into... No, not quite. Okay. I want the head... Yeah, I want the head centered in here. There. And then we can just close this down a little bit. There. And we'll use that, excuse me, as the basis for aligning the rest of them. So just add a frame. Put the empty skin on. Oh. Not the right one. And then his head is going to stay pretty much here. And I built the bob into the frame here. As I expect Mario 2 on NES probably built the bob into the frame so they didn't have to program anything. Doesn't mean that they did. I just expect that that's what they did. Because they can easily synchronize the bob with the visuals there. Yeah, and so there you go. There was my first walk cycle. It's all right. It does let's see, what would actually be the starting frame here? I feel like this should be the starting frame. To go from idle to that, then that, then that. Yeah, see, now I switched the legs. It makes it kind of look almost like a 3-frame or a 6-frame, the way that the leg goes through. But you notice that the leg switches sides. So this is in front, and then it comes down, and now this one's in front. Now it's behind, 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 in front. In front, in front, but then it switches to behind. And it's just, you see the cycle of the white color on the shoe, and it just kind of tricks you into thinking there's more frames there than there is. And then he's got his little head bob. Something doesn't look quite right. It's possible that I had it like this. Nope, I guess it wouldn't be. That's the down frame. It just feels like he should be up like that or something. I don't know. I guess it's a little too stiff in general. But anyway, that's why, of course, we're redoing it. I guess part of it is because between these two frames, a lot doesn't change in terms of like his shirt, especially in the back here. So even though he pops up, his shirt actually doesn't pop up with him. Now it looks like a proper up and down. I think that helps fix that kind of issue. I'd have to be refined further, but I think that helps it. Then there's it would either have to be this. Yeah, I see why I did that way, but I don't like it. I don't know if I could get away with green there. I don't want to draw too much attention to that pixel. That's alright. That's decent enough. But either way, there's two issues with it. One is that the he's not facing the right direction anymore. We went from the straight side view to the 3/4 view, and that was a decision made pretty much just for the emotability of the characters. So if I bring up, especially the new version of the characters, so where are they? Here. I got thrown off. I expected the background to be transparent, but it wasn't. So the side characters here, because you can see their eyes better, you can see both eyes, it's a little easier to kind of get across emotions and such. Because when you look at someone's face, that's kind of how you tell like how they're feeling, right? That's your first sign. Most of the way you communicate without talking to someone is through the face, and especially the eyes. And that can inform you of their mood, perhaps their focus, their attention. So like here he's jumping, you can tell he's focused on what's above him. That kind of thing. I guess these ones also didn't have the backpack either at the time, did they? Okay, I was slightly curious as to what the backpack might have looked like if we put it on these characters. So let's see, I'm just gonna do this quick out of curiosity. Oh, this is gonna be strange. Yeah, these were not built with this in mind. I'm gonna have to cut into that there. Let's see, does it show going under the arms? It does, but we've never had... Well, Jump Frame shows it. I was gonna say, I don't know if they've ever raised their arms. This is gonna be silly. I don't like it already. I feel like, I don't know. Part of it, you don't want to cut off too much from the head, right? Because again, that's your center of emotion. And then I guess we'll have to onion skin this in a minute. But I mean, I probably should do this one first to get how much of the backpack is actually visible, right? I feel like the backpack's actually going to take up a lot of space here, which is good because it sort of obfuscates the problems with the back here. And he's got kind of like a little divot there. Again, we'll just do this real quick. I'm not going for any... it looks like a loaf of bread now. I'm not going for any masterclass stuff here. Alright, let's get the onion skin on, and I'm going to... It's going to have to be a little more straight here. Yeah, because he's bobbing up. We do that? No, I don't like the way that looks. I think part of the issue is that that needs to go. Well, maybe. I don't know. And we'll fiddle with that part later. I feel like I can't get away with just a little bit there. I feel like I have to go all the way around with it. Otherwise, yeah, that makes more sense this way. I want to get rid of that line of pixels. I think it might be okay to just omit those. It's gonna need an understrap here. Yeah. And then from here to here. I don't like the fact that this doesn't change very much up here. Do that. Seems to lose too much volume. That helps a little bit. Oh, either way, as a quick goof, it was kind of funny. I think the backpack really doesn't help here. It looks a little too small, perhaps. Like I said before, usually in these cases you want to go big or go home. Either the detail is very visible and very readable, or the detail should not exist in this case. And in this case, specifically, I think it's too small. In fact, it should be higher as well. So, I don't know. I'm not gonna monkey with it too much. I was just kind of curious. That's too much of a difference. That might be alright. I don't like this double pixel here though. Might be better to just make it really big and deal with the size consequence on the next frame. And then here, you don't want that double pixel either, so you just cut it off. Sometimes you can't help it. You gotta have some kind of junction here, but typically you don't want a double thick line because it will become very noticeable. Something like that. This frame's bugging me though. Don't like that because it shows almost no movement between the frames. Could potentially do that. It was fun for a goof, but there's obviously issues with it. So, moving on. We did the 2-frame run, which I don't like. Yeah, I actually based this one off of Mario World. So let's see, Mario 2 on NES. Yeah, it's that sneaky back foot that makes this one work. He's both standing and also in motion at the same time. And your brain will just kind of auto-correct it for whatever it needs to be. Oh, let's go back. Yeah, your brain's just going to auto-correct what it wants to see at any given time. So in this case, I tried to not use it as a standing frame. to begin with, so I tried to get a little different with it. But probably what I would do to adapt this would be to do this. Get him back to flat foot here. And then you can use this and angle this harder to kind of get like a both standing and running at the same time effect. I don't know how that's going to work there. Could do it like this. I don't know. It's a really cheap and crappy version, but I don't know if it would work or not. I feel like the leg's too straight. But then how would you get the standing? I don't know. Mario's... See, that's the magic of Mario's design. He's just a round little lump down here. So you can kind of just get away with some amorphic shape that your head's just going to fill in. So Ricky would probably have to be... Like, his pants would just have to be a friggin' blob. And then you've got your foot and other foot, you know what I mean? But once you start putting actual legs on there with like divided lines, I think it's all wacky. Again, props to Nintendo. Even in the earliest of days, they really knew what they were doing. Well, we're not gonna say that. So that leaves me with the only one I haven't tried yet is the three frame Mega Man style run, and we'll use Ricky's new design here too to start this one off. C is the quick key for this. Nintendo practices cartoon philosophy 101. Yeah, pretty much. I was watching recently. I don't have to go that far. I was watching recently. Let's see, hold on. I'm gonna just make this its own layer and then running here. And that way we can take a look at it if we need it and like make it go away if we don't not want it. I was looking at a video that was analyzing Mario's jump animation, but it was interesting in that they had to kind of fake some of the principles of animation in the old games, that it went into this too, where they started to use more squash and stretch as time went on. Mostly it was a technological thing, because the NES couldn't do it without rendering, you know, a separate frame. You couldn't just get Mario to squash and stretch on the fly. So they had little tricks like the bobbing up and down can help give you that impression, or using a crouch frame before you jump, which Mario didn't technically do, but they showed other games would do something like that. You could use a crouch frame before a jump to simulate squash and stretch without actually squashing and stretching the character, and while you were using frames too. And it depends on how you draw it, of course. You know, whether or not it'll be acceptably useful for a crouch. But even though, because responsiveness came up too, right? So you've got, and I'll pull Ricky's jump frame in here if it's here. So you have a scenario where once you press a jump button, you're immediately going to start lifting off the ground. Oh, would I lose it? I lost it. We immediately start moving off the ground, right? So you don't get a squash and stretch effect here. Unless you want to stop the character. Actually, let's move this one up just a little more, and then I'm gonna delete this one. Unless you draw the frame in there to do it, right? But you can use smart applications of this kind of stuff. So, and this is going to be a brutal compression. This is not an artistic display of what you should do, but an idea of the kind of pose you might want to employ. So, let's see, Ricky's going to squash down. And let's say his legs spread apart. Again, this is a quick and dirty little thing. It's not meant to be an artistic example, but just kind of the basic idea. Of what you might see here. Actually kind of looking like Big Chungus, right? Big Chungus Ricky. But see how like he's stretching out and then he jumps up. Now here's the thing, the longer you show this frame on the ground, you lose response time. So the jump doesn't actually start until 3 frames or things like that. And fighters have that problem, if you want to consider it a problem. Chungus check. Fighting games have that problem. Where you don't jump instantly. Now they built that into the gameplay and they worked around it by making it part of the meta and how things go in a match, and that's fine, that's great. But you are going to get a response time penalty on that. Now in a platformer, that's not as forgiving because your primary action is to jump. In a fighting game, your primary action is to attack. And so jumping facilitates almost like an evasion, but also a different way to attack, and so it's sort of a conjunction. But in a platformer, one of your primary actions, if not your only primary action, is to jump. And you want it to be fast, you want it to be responsive, because half the time you're dodging pre-programmed patterns of attack and all that stuff, and you're reacting to things in that kind of environment, where fighting games is more about prediction and things like that. The animations are too fast to react to, oftentimes. So what you can do, and I'm just gonna move this up just for the sake of experiment. Actually, that didn't do me any favors. Hold on. Here, I gotta get a whole block ahead. What you can do though, squash it just a little more. Well, I don't know. That makes some look a little funny. I could shrink the shoulder down a little bit. Squash him just a little more. And there you go. Make it the first frame of the jump. Well, the first 2 frames of the jump. So what you'll have in this case, I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but damn it, I'm distracted today already. We might as well stay distracted. Have it be the first couple frames of the jump. And then what'll happen is you'll see on the first frame of the jump, as he just lifts off, his sprite visibly compresses, right? And then it will rise up. You don't want it to only last 1 frame, because it'll be too much. 2 frames even might be too little, or too fast, I would say. It'd be too fast if it's 1 frame. Maybe even 2 frames might be too fast, but you'd have to test it to see how it looked. But then when he transitions from this crouch, or this squished version of the jump, and then he springs up with his arms, and actually he should really be a bit more lanky in this pose, just to kind of sell it a little more. You've pre-built in a squash and stretch without actually really having the ability to deform the character in a traditional drawing sense. To do something like you would see in Looney Tunes would require much higher technology than what you have access to on an NES for sure, and even an SNES, depending on how you want to structure it. All right, and I'm going to. No, that's okay. That height. I'm just gonna duplicate these changes. So what you get here is when he's compressed and he springs out his hands and legs and spreads out like that, that gets you the stretch. Look, without actually stretching the sprite. It's sort of the it's the contrast between the two poses that gives you that effect. If that makes any sense. Now this is sort of tangential to the whole run thing, but the bobbing thing kind of goes along with this idea that you can do little perceptions, little changes in perception on how the sprite is seen, you know, just by utilizing sort of half measures. It's, you know, Mario's not actually bobbing up and down through animation in the Super Nintendo version of Mario 2. He's being moved, changing his position a little bit, and it turns 3 frames of animation into what looks like 6 frames, and it also gives him that little bob. And it's just, I don't know, it's just nice. It's kind of almost like a tangential squash and stretch effect, too, in that way. It's just kind of working within your limitations. So I've been thinking about a lot of that stuff lately. It's swirling my brain. Can't get it out of there. That's why we're doing stuff with sprites today. Oftentimes I'll be thinking about something throughout the week and I'm like, all right, I know what I need to do on Thursday. Gotta get it out of my system before I spend all day thinking about it. But, you know, little things like that. Obviously, this pose is pretty terrible, but you get the idea. In Mario's case, I don't think you could use Mario 2's crouch frame as an acceptable way to do that. I think the pose is way too contrasted. But if they retained probably a stature more close to their small version, but while, you know, in their big version design, that kind of contrast would probably be alright, because it would be like probably, I don't know, maybe up to a half head, but maybe like even just a quarter of a head. But remember, once you start jumping, you do come off of the ground too, so part of that is, you know, he is actually shorter. He's actually like almost a half head shorter. But the first jump frame is going to be a pixel or 2 off the ground, so you got to make sure that there's still a contrast between the pushed up version of the crouch and the standing anyway. It's complicated. It gets weird though. But don't let all the fancy vocabulary fool you though. I don't know shit about any of this. My education comes from the YouTube videos and what people tell me on the site. But I'm trying, damn it. I'm here and I'm trying. Anyway, that is more for jump stuff, but I think it also has some tangential implications for a run cycle. The other thing you could do, and now this would be really difficult to pull off, when the NES, I'll have to show this in a different way, grid settings. The NES tiles are 8x8, so when you create a sprite, when you render it on the screen, it's got to render all of this stuff separately. Now, I'm overly simplifying this on purpose to not get too technical, but essentially what you're left with is sprite that's going to look more or less like this. And then probably what they would do here to shift this over. Yeah. Shift this to the right. You want to get the least amount of overhang possible. So then these would be separate here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, no, we need more than that. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sprites to make Ricky. Now that's a little much. You know, if I was actually doing this on NES, I would want to cut a few corners to make sure that we're not using too many. But that's essentially the breakdown of what the tile data looks like. And I'll take away the grid here so that you can kind of see that. And let me fill the background. How about with white? I think white works better here. So you have the rendering kind of goes like this. It's a little more complicated than this, but the basic idea is that each one of these are actually a sprite. And it renders all of those in order. Like it just puts them where they need to be. And each one is a different render call. Which means what you can do. Now this is a little complicated to do, but the NES was absolutely capable of this because of the way that it just works. You can offset where these go, because the program has to say, oh, this block's gotta go here, this block's gotta go here, and here, and here, and here, and here. You have to give it a position to draw the block of graphics data on. So what you could end up doing, I'll put him back together here for this. We'll put the grid back on. What you really could do, and this is pretty interesting, I think, you could actually offset those render calls on the vertical axis here to get some stretching. In fact, let me take those out. And we'll undo it. And get rid of these. You can actually sort of stretch him by getting the render calls to be a little bit off. And you could even amplify that further. You just say, oh, that's off by 1 pixel. Well, what if we're off by 2 pixels? Now your design would have to support this, absolutely. This is not something that you could just willy-nilly do. But say you're landing from a jump, and just for a frame or two, you use this frame instead of this frame for standing. It costs you 0 in additional graphics capability, or graphics RAM. And yet it doesn't look bad. In fact, let's do just that. So let's get this one in here. And what I'm gonna do is, I know it says running, but bear with me here. Out in the open here, I'm just gonna have him, I'll make him fall 8 blocks a frame. How about that? Okay, now this is the magic frame. This is where you would use this. Oh, it didn't take. Hold on. Where you would use this frame here. And oh, wait, this will be copied from there. And oh, no, I lost my copy. How did I lose my copy? Copy, paste. Okay. And we'll make this like 500 so it stays. Well, look at that! You got your squash and stretch, and you didn't have to use any more graphics RAM than you already had. It goes by so quick you'd never notice that it looks strange. Look at that! Isn't that amazing? There you go. Your built-in squash and stretch. There is a computational cost to that, but it's far less than having more tiles. Now, I'm not going to do that because very few NES games ever did something crazy like that. I think people would probably be like, well, that doesn't look accurate. Again, that goes back to what I was talking about in one of the earlier streams about there's a difference between what something is technically capable of and the difference between that and what people remember something is capable of. If you break people's perception of what something is capable of, then you have an issue where they might not believe it. And then if they don't believe your thing is authentic, even if it technically is or could have been, then that gives sort of an issue. It socially devalues what you're doing because people will think that it's inauthentic. Now, I'm not going to stick too much. I'm not going to get like too hard about that. And I may just find a different way to accomplish this. Maybe I might just draw another frame and then just let it go. But if you do freeze frame it, it probably does look a little strange. Where you're like, whoa, he looks derpy. Like what? But in motion, you never notice it. It's fine. Because it lasts. Man, this one even lasts 100 milliseconds, so that's what? Let me get my milliseconds sheet here, frames to milliseconds, and we'll yeah, that's 6 frames. That's a long time. It looks cool though. The best thing is that you could do this in real time to any frame of animation that Ricky would have. So if you're running, you would still get the same effect. God, that's a whole 6 frames. Let's see, if we reduce that to 3, that's 50 milliseconds. There you go. It's almost imperceptible, but without it, you'll miss it. You'll absolutely miss it. If I copy this frame into here, look how big of a difference that makes. So I'll revert it. Oh, look how gigantic of a difference that makes, and it's only 3 frames. That's great. I love this. All these neat little tricks. It just adds so much more life because, well, the bounce. He's got some bounce. Again, you could draw that frame, but you want to save on video RAM, just do that. And that's a very specific to NES kind of situation. You would have to actually put a lot of work into tricking a modern game engine to render something like this. In fact, what you probably should just do at that point is just use basic scaling. The effect would probably be imperceptibly different. So the difference between those would be in fact, I'll just what am I? Oh, he's actually on this layer. Okay. This is a junk file, so whatever. If you were to take this and you want to shrink it down, you know, from here to here, right? looks like it's 2 under. 1, 2. It actually comes out better. But yeah, you could just scale this in real time if you wanted to really do something like that. It doesn't look quite the same, but I guarantee that most people would never notice a difference even if they looked at it. You can still see where some of the lines have been removed from detail. It's just not the same kind of removal. In fact, the advantage of doing it this way is that the transparent parts of the sprite will actually bleed through the other. So if you do this line doesn't disappear. It actually just merges. Oh shit, hold on. What am I doing? Why is it? There's one on top, isn't there? You know what? Hide that. Yeah, there was one on top and bottom. So what happens is that line doesn't disappear. It actually just overlays the other line. It's actually on top of it. And so you do get a little bit more detail seeping through. Here you don't notice it because everything lines up neatly. But yeah, you wouldn't notice it so much on these lines. Everything lines up. But it's most noticeable on here. Now let's just pretend, obviously the tiles don't line up this way. But let's just pretend that we do it here, right? Oh no. No, that doesn't really help either. You don't get that effect. This pose doesn't show it off too well. This is probably the best example here, where you see that it doesn't erase the pixel on the hand. I guess you probably would see it better in reverse, maybe. No, it doesn't really help either. You get what I mean, though, that if you have additional details, they're not necessarily going to erase, they're going to overlap instead. And depending on what order that you drew these in, you could get different results, too. I gotta do this from the top. Do it from the top, down 1, down 1. It gives a similar but a different look to it. You actually retain the eyes by doing it this way. The hair looks crazy bad though. It looks all weird and rounded. Where here it still gets some semblance of a spike. Either one would work though. The ear is much worse too. I would probably go with this overall if I had to do it. But it does keep the definition separation between the shirt. Although it's not that big deal because the contrast between these light and dark form a make-believe outline, if you will. The contrast between the two colors is such that you don't need to border them off with an outline. And that's how I get away with the shirt the way it is anyway. Anyway, so let's just undo all this. You get the idea. I think I proved the point. Here's some neat little tricks you could do back in the day. Get rid of our Chungus Chungus spray. Okay, here we go. So we want to do a running. We want to do running. Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. This is gonna be an absolute chore nightmare. Let me billow this out, and we'll build the running next to it. Now, at first, his... Oh, what the heck happened? Copy this. Oh, it didn't copy. It was on the wrong frame, or wrong layer. Now we'll probably say that at least one of the frames is going to have a head that's similar to the standing one. And we're gonna want to well, the way that Mega Man worked, it had 3 frames of animation, but the second frame was used. And you know what? Let's pull up a Mega Man sprite. Good old Sprites Inc. This website is so broken right now, though. It has been for a while. Okay, NES, Game Boy. Do NES. Obviously. We'll put those there for reference too. So you see here? Actually, he's got a startup frame, but we're not going to worry about that. I would like to do a startup frame, but I'm just not going to worry about it right now. But here's his main walk cycle. Uh-oh. You guys didn't see that, but the lights flickered. You know what that means? We're supposed to have thunderstorms all day, and we have so far. Maybe we're gonna get cut short again. That's lovely, every time. But yeah, you see, there's these 3 frames here, and it'll go 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. And this frame is reused, so you don't have to do them all at once. And I will yet again expand this, and we'll actually put this side by side so that we can see it. Just see good old Mega Man. Say, Mega Man run. Also kind of keep us on track here. Mega Man's got a drawn-in bob to his head, which is good. I wouldn't say built-in, but drawn-in. It's more accurate. See? And then frame 3. And then the next frame is just this one repeated. And you can see there. So he swings his arms back and forth. He actually swings them back and forth. It's not like Mario where they fake it. You see it. He actually goes back and forth. And I think it'll be worth it to try this kind of animation. I think it would be nice. Let's see, we're gonna link those together. So let's study Mega Man's hands. Use red so it stands out. Let's first look at... Oh, you know what? I'm gonna link these together. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think they'll, Yeah, link. Why won't they link? Alright, we'll do it over again. I'm gonna first chart the hand positions of where Mega Man's hands are. And that can give us kind of like the line, right? Oh, that's awful. This is gonna be hard to draw because it's so low res. Yeah, they actually don't, actually just slides forward, right? So it sort of implies like a dip and then back up. So let's clean this line up a little bit so we get kind of a clean reference here. See? And his other hand follows a pretty similar path. We'll do that one in orange. And then it actually goes back here. So it's much in the way the same. Like they end up at the same point, right? Sort of crisscross. And then from here. Yeah. And that's Mega Man's hands. To further exemplify that, put little dots. And we can really see where this stuff is going. Whoop. Yeah. Oh, no. There. And we'll get a pink, I guess, for the other part. Here. Here. Yeah, and then the here. It's not very bright though, is it? Let's do it this way. Hopefully these are visible. This would be better in higher resolution. Oh, what did I make a mistake here? Oh no, it just looks like that. It just looks strange. This is really hard to see. I'll have to... I'd have to really blob them. So you see that they're actually moving to different positions here. And then we'll do the yellow ones too. Nope. This will probably make a little more sense. There. It's pretty fast though, isn't it? Can we do... I bet I can't make it slow down without having to redo the frame timings, right? Well, we'll just step through it. But you can see how they form the lines going back and forth. And I guess the legs do basically the same thing. And this is gonna be tough. You don't have a lot of time and a lot of frames to sell this motion, that's for sure. You really don't. Oh. You'd be amazed at how much even a 5-frame walk animation can just be so much better than having 3 or 4. And I mean in actual, like, you know, there's the 1, 2, 3, 4. And sure, they reused a sprite here, so it's only 3 drawn frames, but it's still 4 frames animation. 1, 2, 3, 4. God, just kill me. Run cycles don't need more than 4 frames in most cases. Even Ghibli has 4-frame runs. Really? I've seen a lot that can be done with by adding just a 5th frame. But yeah, well, in this case, it's also not 4 drawn frames, right? I guess that might be the bigger difference. It's not 4 drawn frames. It's ones getting reused, and that's the part that kills it, because you can't get the foot to come up and down. Like, man, I don't have an example on hand, but you notice that Mega Man never lifts his foot off the ground except in back. So if you just chart one foot, right? It's back elevated, middle not elevated, forward not elevated, middle not elevated, and then back to elevated. And the same thing, the back foot, not elevated, but you can't see it. It might be, but you can't see it. And then elevated. You don't get, if you had an additional fourth frame to work with, you can actually get the knee, you can actually get the foot raised up and the knee going a little bit if you actually drew 4 frames instead of reusing it. I don't know if I could modify this to do that. This is probably not going to be a really great example, but oh, where's Mega Man? Mega Man, run. Like you could have like actually drawing the frame. This is how it could like really help. So from here, well, actually this would have to be, I'm sorry, this would have to be the 4th frame. In fact, I'm just gonna undo what I did here. This would have to actually be frame 4, I think. Yeah, so down, down, up, yeah, and then remaining up. This is what you would have to do to really make use of that extra frame here. You want this to be up so that it comes down, right? It's not perfect by any means, but that's the idea. So then when this frame now becomes something like this, where you get sort of a lead up to the foot kicking out. Yeah. And then it comes down, back, slide back, kick up, knee up, comes down, like that. And then the other one on the back, so down, back contacted, up, knee up, coming in to snap out and come down. That would it doesn't look great in motion because I'm not great at doing this, but that's how you would use 4 frames, actual changed 4 frames, actual drawn 4 frames, and that's absolutely suitable. You can get a good motion with that. It's just the reusing one, and you need clever tricks to make it look good when you reuse that middle frame. Let's see. Now I'm actually kind of curious. What could we do to make this look a little better? I would say it would have to be back more. I want it to like snap out, right? Middle frame is known as a crossover frame. Gotcha. That makes sense. The legs cross over. Only on run cycles. Right. I gotcha. That makes sense. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. I feel like for this to work properly, it would have to come out a little more. I don't know. In fact, actually what I would do here, instead of this, would be have it be more like this. So when it does come down, like his heel comes down with it, right? I don't know, it's tough. Hey, who's that? Matthias Monk? Probably pronounced that wrong. I apologize. But thank you for that follow. Appreciate that. This is turned into an abomination real quick, but like if you could get him to touch down with his heel instead, and then this frame could maybe be a little more flat, and then he kicks up. I don't know. Mateus. Oh yeah. Mateus Monk. That makes sense. That makes sense. That would make a little more sense. Just have it just E. Matthias? Matthias Monk? Matthias. Okay, I got it. Cool. Alright. I'm warning. I don't know. This looks like duty because I'm not shaping the foot properly. But I think it would benefit the animation to land on the heel. And then here you could have him perhaps a little flatter. I don't know. I guess it's alright. That's what I would expect an actual drawn 4-frame to be more like. I think they made a lot of changes to where the foot positions are because they're only using 3 frames and reusing that crossover. Without full contact on the crossover, the run wouldn't have weight. Yeah, that makes sense. It's so amazing what they can do with just so little. Unfollowed now because you didn't pronounce it right. Oh no! I know, you're just kidding. If that was the case, nobody would follow me because I didn't get any of them right. Very rarely does that go correctly. Okay. We've done a lot of thinking here, and now we've actually got to do some doing. There are several considerations here, and I'm probably just gonna spitball something and then correct it as we go and change things. But like whether or not you want them to get a full like cranked arm going here, you know, like I don't know, Megman's pretty cranked, right? Or if you just want to do something a little more relaxed. And he doesn't have a very big arm, but you can distort the arm to fit your needs anyway. And you also have to think about the other characters too, where yeah, let's close that. We don't need that. Melody might have, like, already her posture shows that her arms might be a little more straight. She might have a more dainty walk cycle. In which case that would, and just to show it here, because I don't have her set up, you know, it would be more like this for the outstretched hand. And you could even pull this hand up like it's crunched in, and then you would have your hand here, and then when it got up here you would crunch it in. So it's kind of like that, you know, la-di-da-da kind of look to it. And you would, oh, whoops, I didn't copy this into the, this is probably gonna look really terrible, but you sort of get the idea. Or it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's just that la-di-da-da skippy look. It's really terrible, but I mean, we sort of get the idea. It is what it is. Oh, shoot. Let me just undo all that. I don't want to erase the heads. I would think that Ricky's run would be the try-hardiest of them all. And so I think he'd actually be curling his elbows, going pretty hard. You know, Little Nemo. Let's look at that one. Little Nemo Dream Master NES sprites. Nemo and Transfer. That works. Come on. Why won't it load? Why won't you load? Uh-oh. Did the internet die? No, it still says I'm online. Okay. Ah, here we are. For whatever reason, it's kind of a derp. Oh. Yeah, he's pretty Mega Man-y. No, I don't use a drawing tablet. Not for pixel art. For pixel art, I just draw with the mouse. Now, if I was going to actually illustrate something, and use illustration very lightly in air quotes, then I would actually use the tablet. Although it's currently broken, so I guess I wouldn't be able to anyway, and probably just draw it on a sheet of paper and scan it. But you get the idea. I find the mouse, I'm just used to doing the mouse with pixel art. I could probably do that. I have a very cheap refurbished mono price tablet. It's not very good. Oh, I got my laptop. My laptop actually has, I believe, a Cintiq screen built in, but it's very old now. It's so old that it struggles to run like things like Photoshop, but it could probably work with a sprite. The only other problem with it is that the laptop does not support Windows 8 and higher. So the problem with that is that the pen is kind of, if you've used Windows 7 with a tablet pen, you know what I'm talking about. It's not really integrated into the OS. It's kind of like almost like a workaround, like it's like a pseudo mouse, and it's really weird, and I don't like it. But I would love to have it there. But the monoprice one doesn't work anymore because it was, you know, a $250 refurbished tablet. And the response time on that thing is so bad. I didn't know how good I had it with the laptop with that Cintiq screen until I got that refurbished one. I'm like, oh, well, the laptop's only 720p and this and that. I'm gonna get a big one with a stand, but I don't have a lot of money to spend, so, well, I got what I paid for. It wasn't much. Yeah, it's one of those things you really gotta shell out to get something good, you know? You just can't skimp on that kind of thing. You really can't. Let's see, they make the Cintiq 16 Contra and the Pro. The non-Pro model they made to gap the money bridge between hobbyists and professionals. It's just $700 to $800. Yeah, still a lot more than $250 though. You know what I mean? Always think of it as an investment if it's a legit need. Yeah, that's the thing. So I was kind of just dipping my toes into it. And I just, like I said, I sort of coincidentally ended up with the Cintiq screen on the laptop. I just wanted a cool touch laptop. I thought it was nice, and at the time I had the money to burn on it. And I was like, yeah, it's gonna have a graphics card in it, and I'm gonna get the touchscreen with the pen, and then I can doodle, because that would be fun to mess around with. And it was good, and it was so good, I thought all the tablets were that good. And then I got the refurbished one, and I found out real quick that's not the case. It's really not the case. You pay extra for that string, right? Or that screen. It's definitely get what you pay for. Let's say Nemo Run. let's put Nemo in. Oh, I'm going to assume that there's a Bob on this. I don't really know. Yeah, it's a 1 pixel Bob. Okay, that's fine. That works. And we close Mega Man. We don't need him anymore. And then down, let's see, it's probably gonna, the head's probably not going to shift back and forth. And it could, I wouldn't expect it out of this era. Oh, yeah, and this is gonna have to... Wait, would it? I guess I would have to go higher? Wait, hold on, let's look at this. Head heights. The head heights are the same? That can't be right. That's gonna look weird, isn't it? Okay, hold on. We can settle this in 2 ways. When we look at it, that is absolutely not how it's gonna go. This is not right. So either 2 things. Either this goes up, down, up. That looks much better. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the way it's supposed to be. Yes, I'm a programmer too. Yeah, I program in C++. Now I use C# because I'm using Unity. But I have traditionally been mainly a C++ programmer. Let's see, you've been at it for 15 years? I'm probably close to that now. Yeah, C#'s nice because you don't have to worry about your memory leaks. You just got to worry about garbage collection, and I find that much easier to manage. I don't like the fact that there's not multiple inheritances, though. I really hate that. I both love and hate manual memory management. It is much more powerful, and it is nice to have that control, but as soon as you forget one thing and your program starts piling on the memory and you're like, what happened? What did I do? And then sometimes it's hard to track down. I think it was more frustrating when I was less experienced, but it's kind of a nightmare. That's why you don't forget something. Yeah, I just don't forget and you won't forget, right? Yeah, that's how it works. That's how it goes. But yeah. I think this Nemo example might be a little more apt to what we're doing. Yeah, eventually you get used to it, and you can sort of have a checklist in your brain that goes off every time. Yeah, exactly. See, here's the other thing. Nemo's pajamas here make him pretty amorphous on the bottom, and that just helps to fudge all the bullshit. They got lucky with Nemo's design. They can just it's like Mario. You just fudge it. Lines will exist when they need to exist, and they don't have to exist when you don't want them to exist. It's a good walk cycle though. I like it. The only thing that kind of bothers me is that this set of 2 pixels doesn't even move between frames. I guess it's fine maybe when he's actually moving, but I hate when there's something that just doesn't move between frames. Like, that kills me, because it stands out pretty easily. Actually, his legs look shit. And they're just little amorphous blobs. Like, look at this. What is this? This is like a horse leg? Now it's a human leg? But it's like, I don't know. It gets thicker and thinner as it pleases. It doesn't matter. Nemo was designed to be easily animatable from the start, also referring to the film version. Yeah, I had a feeling you were talking about that. Yeah, Nemo was an old comic. It's actually public domain now. So go ahead and make your emo games, Nemo games, and feel free to monetize that, because No one can hold the license anymore. There is no license to be held. Emo Nemo. I don't know. I think here the best place to start would be kind of like get some good hand positions down. I don't know. This is my first real dive into this, so who knows? Can I use Nemo graphics with no lawyers coming up my ass? The graphics were made by Capcom, so you might have an issue with that. It's kind of like, think of it this way. You can go and paint a picture of Mount Fuji, and you can monetize, you can sell that picture. Say painting, you painted a painting of Mount Fuji, and then you can sell that, but you can't go and take someone else's painting of Mount Fuji and sell that, because they're the ones that created the art based on the thing. Mount Fuji's free to monetize because it's a mountain. Like, no one owns the mountain. I mean, I guess Japan owns the mountain, right? But no one lays claim to the mountain itself. That would be Nemo in this example. It's free to use, but you can't take someone else's drawing of Nemo and use it as your own. I think you might run into problems with that. Yeah, the story, and even the drawings from the comics, those, because the creator of the comics no longer has the right to them. Of course, he's dead, long dead. You could probably use the comics and repurpose those for your own things, because there's no license on the original artist's work. And likewise, I think, like, say someone made Nemo fan art back in like 1903 or whenever these things came out, right? Or 1898, whatever, long time ago. If someone made a drawing of Nemo from that time period, their copyright and claim to it would also have expired, because it's life of the creator plus 70 years, I think, is where you can hold ownership and IP of something. And fun fact, Disney, as a result of that, Disney no longer owns the IP of Mickey Mouse. However, they still hold the trademark of Mickey Mouse, which are two different things. So they can still come after you if you use Mickey Mouse, because that's their trademark, and they'll file a trademark infringement against you for that. But I believe that they do not own the copyright anymore, because that has expired. It's been it's been too long since Mickey Mouse was created, and they continually lobby the government to extend the trademark time, because trademarks also have an expiration. So they keep trying to adjust the laws every 5 years or something to go, oh, Nemo's mouth is creepy. Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? Of course, you're also seeing this, in raw pixels too. You're not seeing it from the original NES. The way that these things look on a CRT are quite considerably different. So maybe it looked good on CRT, it just looks a little weird in raw pixels. Unfortunately, I don't have any way to show you that. I mean, I could plug the CRT in and hook the NES up. I mean, it is. But, like, how would you see it? You know what I mean? If I capture the video footage, you're just going to see the raw pixels. So it's that, and the composite artifacting also plays a part in how those look. I'd have to get I guess I'd have to get the camera out, hook it up, and take a picture of the screen. It would be weird. And even then, photos of CRT TVs just don't come out right. The digital photos don't have the range of contrast to properly take a picture of them. It's very strange. An LCD, because then you'd be viewing a photo of a CRT on an LCD, and both the camera and the LCD screen don't have the range of contrast to properly show you the image anyway. It's a nightmare. It's one of those things that you just have to see it, to believe it. Oh, out of water. Grab another bottle. I have a feeling we're barely gonna get started with this today. Okay. Stop running. I think we just need to just start fiddling. I think Ricky's form should be relatively simple to animate in terms of like his design, but it's gonna be a rough. Wait, running. Oh yeah, okay. I'm down here this way. It's gonna be rough. Again, I've never seriously done this before, so let's see how this works. Hey, let's just copy Nemo here for a bit. See what we come up with. Nah, we'll start with the hand. Oh, well, you know what? We need to see Nemo's standing position to see how it transitions from standing to running. So let me add that. Kind of get an idea of how much the arm moves up, the hand position moves from one to the other. Because I can see this here. Where should this hand be? You know, should it be up here? Or should it be down here? You know what I mean? And we can see that contrast. It doesn't move very far at all, so if I had to take a guess, Ricky's so much bigger than Nemo too. Nemo's stride is like really wide because he's so much smaller. Kind of makes me wonder if the Mega Man is the better example here. Nah, his is pretty wide too. Hey. Renato or Renato O. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Yeah, alright. Let's see, his shoulder is about here, right? It's green for now, but we'll change it here to just do it, right? Yeah, right, just do it. I'm trying to get an idea how big his arm's gonna be here. Oh, it looks terrible already. Man, I don't know if I should pull it down here. Looks like a shoulder pad. Oh god, help me. Oh, yeah, we've got multiple colors at play here, so we're gonna have to really think about that. And I think in this case, his eyes and ear. Oh, am I on the wrong? Ah, shit, I'm drawing on the wrong layer. Why do I always do that? I'm just gonna pull this quickly to simulate the movement here, but we'll adjust it as necessary. Where his eyes are gonna come in more in the frame here. I don't know how this is gonna work. No, that looks terrible. I don't know. Anyway, we'll just spit it out for now. But the idea is that we want his head to like turn with it, right? So his eyes are gonna be coming in. That really puts into perspective that the shoulder is not right. You're from Brazil? That's cool. I got a lot of Brazilian followers, actually. Mostly here for Pocket Fighter, which makes sense. You guys do like a lot of Mugen stuff. So I totally get that. But that's cool. I think that project resonates a lot down there because of that. You guys have that sort of Like, you guys didn't have all the consoles, right? So you kind of had to make do with what you had. Oh jeez. This is gonna be weird, but oh wait, no, I need wrong colors. He's gonna he's pumping them arms. He's going. And then it'll probably get lost in the chest. So the chest is gonna be somewhat here. His leg's up, so his shirt's probably gonna come up and down back like this. So he gets a little hairy because he's got the stripes, but we'll get it. We'll get it here. Noticing that Brazil be putting out some bangers when it comes to indie games and fan games. Honestly, I don't know many. If you have some, let me know. I guess I don't follow it. I don't follow the Brazilian indie scene that much, so I'm not aware of many. But I'd be interested to see what they're coming up with. Let's see. Oh, we've got... Yeah, I changed the way that this is supposed to be. So this is going to have to be closer to the line here. I put more... Oh, he looks fat. He looks kind of fat. You're a little chubby now. That's alright. We'll adjust it as we go. And this is just really roughing it out right now. I guess you could do this. I don't want to get too outline heavy yet. Oh yeah, a banger is just something that's really cool. So you say like a really good song that you like, you're like, yeah, that's a banger. And I think it's from like headbanging, right? That would make sense. Here I said I didn't want to get too outlining, and here I outlined the whole damn thing. Oh yeah, we also have to consider the strap here. Something like that. Again, I'm getting a little too outliney. He looks older like this. It's kind of funny, actually. Yeah, I think his shoulders are too wide. This will have to move in. I don't know. I shouldn't be cementing too many of these details until we get the actual, like, run here. Until we get the other frames. Because here's where it gets really interesting. In fact, I want to move this up now that I'm seeing it in motion. So that this can come down here. And then we can bring this up here. Let me get... Oh, no, wrong frame, wrong frame. Here to here, like the shoulder, I guess wouldn't move too much here. And then here, to connect from here down here. No, this has got to go forward. Maybe even more. Okay, let's get the actual shoulder bit here. Oh, and one thing I like to do, especially when doing this, Oh no, this might not work. I was gonna say I wanted to just put a dark background here, but that screws up with the onion skin. You don't see the onion skin anymore when that happens. So we can't do that. I just hate the brightness of the stuff in the back. I wish it was more dark. Oh, let's see. Oh, you're making a game too. Okay, let me look. Oh wow, that's nice looking. That's really nice looking. Here, hold on, I'll bring it over. That is nice looking. I love the texture on the grass, and the palette too is really nice for the grass there. I like how you shifted it. Kind of like a little teal range. That's some good stuff. Yeah, so it's kind of like Diablo style-ish then, huh? King Rat. I didn't make the graphics, the artist did. Okay, fair enough. That's alright. I just programmed the whole thing in C++. Hey, more power to you. I chickened out and I moved to Unity. I had enough of making my own game engines. It's just too much of a time sink for me. I'll take the performance hit and I'll just get in there and go, right? Yeah, socially focused game. Yeah, I was gonna say it's got kind of like an MMO vibe to it. Or like a multiplayer Diablo. It's pretty cool. I like it. It is nice. It looks like it's not the full screen here. Like the HUD's a little cut off. But yeah, that's cool. Hello. What's up? Oh. Oh, here's what I was talking about before about that squat frame. You could absolutely use this squat frame to make him jump and to land. And they probably actually do that. Man, I don't know. Hey, can you check, Amber? Can you check if we got Little Nemo on the shelf? Thank you. Yeah, you could absolutely use this to fake that squash and stretch with this jump frame. This would be perfect for that example. And it would be a good landing frame too. Oh yeah, that's beginning from Rondo, I think. Yeah, I think it's just the Rondo track. Yeah, that's true. It because it's CD quality, it does kind of sound that way, right? Here. Oh. Am I on the wrong? Yep, I'm on the wrong layer. Okay, can you bring it over here and put it in the NES, please? Yep. It might be on, so just make sure to turn it off. And the Super Nintendo's on. You can... Yeah, turn the Super Nintendo off. I'm not gonna need that anymore. And then, yeah, turn the NES... Well, yeah, put the game in and turn it on. And when you do turn it on, let me know. We won't know if it'll actually take, though, too. Okay. Is it on? Red. That's fine. Click the button on the wireless receiver for me. I don't know if it's red. There's only one button. Just push it once. Okay. Okay, good. Now you can turn the NES off, and we're just gonna keep going until it works. Also, on the second from the left switch, click the AV4, I think it is. It's the bottom button. It should, the SNES is pressed in now, but you want to press the one that's under it. The second switch from the left side. Yeah, right there. Press for the one that's on the bottom. Okay. And then you need to press the top, or no, the bottom button on the second from the right. So the one with the eight buttons, you want the bottom button. Yeah, good. And then go ahead and turn it on. Well, you're gonna have to help me for a second. Okay, can you blow in it? Give it a big Kirby blowout.
I do, you dick.
She's sitting there. It's like, no, you gotta.
I'm sorry, you gotta. Giant screaming at everybody in New York lungs.
You gotta get them Kirby lungs and blow it right out. Is it going? Okay, cool.
Well, I'm gonna go empty my black serve that's acceptable.
Oh, actually, I need you to do one more thing before you go.
God damn it!
Sorry.
No, you're not. Please, I have to pee. What?
It's not working anyway. Turn it off, turn it back on. There we go, 1905. You know what, I'll do it. You don't know what buttons are which. So go ahead and go pee. Alright, we're cooking now. Yeah, it's probably a little loud, right? Let me adjust that. Oh, yeah. Okay, there we are. Do. Alright, let's see. Yeah, his head bobs, absolutely. I called that. Oh, there's flip. This game was good, but oh god, was it hard. This game was really hard. I think that's the only time Flip's in there. Oh yeah, see, when he lands, he uses, I bet he uses the frame. Yeah, he uses the crouch frame. You can see it. It's probably only like 2 or 3 frames out of 60. But yeah, you can definitely see it. See? What did I tell you from the beginning? That's funny, you can't crouch and jump. He's got inclines and everything. Nemo's got it all. Gotta wait. Boink. Yeah, so here's another 3-frame walk cycle. Yeah, you kind of get inside of them. It's a little weird, a little strange. I don't remember that part in the movie, but whatever. Oh yeah, you gotta get keys, right? That's the whole idea. You gotta find keys, and the keys are on top, and they're under the ground, and they're all over the place. You actually don't spend that much time as Nemo himself. I think there's one up here, yeah. I'd like to brave this game at one point. I don't think I've ever beat it without Game Genie. So even if you were Nemo, you still couldn't get that thing up there. You need the suit. Oh. Let's see. He's got no momentum, it feels like. He's got some jump momentum, but he doesn't have any turn speed. It's kind of weird, like you're in his mouth and like his whole like nose is bent back. It's kind of messed up, actually, the more I think about this game. Let's see, is that, yeah, that's 3. This one's interesting because he actually rides this one and becomes like mini Nemo. So is it 3? Oh, it pulled me off screen. Is it 3? Yeah, it's 3. I don't think you can jump on stuff, but shoot. The advantage here is you can scale walls with it. Okay, hold on. I gotta go back. Uh-oh. Wait, how do I get out? Oh. I think I hold up and I go higher. Yeah. No! Kinda sucks that you can't attack on your own until the last level. And then you get like the nightmare or the dream rod. And then you can charge up and shoot stuff. Which I kinda wish they did that the entire time. Like, I get what they were going for, but at the same time, I think it would be more interesting to be able to just attack on your own instead of using the candy. It only stuns opponents, it doesn't actually do any damage. So the only way to do something would be to have an ability. Wait, let me move the microphone here. I can see this better. Okay. I know this turned into a Nemo playthrough all of a sudden, but I'm having fun. Shut up. I just want to get through the first level at least. Oh, I missed one. There we go. Oh, the rendering on the right side, right. That's just how the NES works. A lot of times the old TVs were bowed, right? So you wouldn't necessarily see that because it would be off screen. Potentially, depending on how your TV was. Sometimes you'd see it if your TV rendered that far. But it's just the way the tiles map. They actually wrap around the screen. And you're just kind of seeing them pop into existence on the right side. It's a little weird. Okay, so here you've gotta wait. Yeah, and then you can go up the walls. Oh. I really like look at the trees in the back though. The nighttime forest works so good. They use that negative, what do they call it? Negative space? Where you're just filling in details on a black canvas. So good. It's perfect. Alright, here, I don't know. Yeah, I guess you go down here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. Heal me. What's down over here? Oh, I guess this is if I went right instead of left. Yeah, this is just underneath where I was digging. Right, and here, you've got to use the frog to get back up. It's kind of like little exploration stages here. God damn, they keep coming. They won't stop. Oh, jeez. Get out of here. Oh, well, there's one. Here. Let's keep the frog because we can actually hurt stuff with the frog. Yeah, and here's the door right here. Hey, look at that. Do 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 do. How many times do I have to call you? It's Saturday, Ma. I'm sleeping in. Oh god, and then you get the monkey in this stage? Oh no! I went inside of him. I jumped through the trigger area. The magic flower garden. Okay. Whatever, man. Bye. A lot of neat little details in here. And now see, this palette's different. They didn't draw this with a black canvas. Let's say it's probably better if he's moving. There we go. Hey! Can you part him, please? You can get Donkey Kong. Alright, hold on. Okay. Parted the cats. Now he can attack and he can climb, so he's Donkey Kong. Basically. Wow, those take 2 hits? Damn. Those things are annoying. Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Uh-oh, we glitched! It's all fucked up. Alright, the cart probably needs cleaning. It re-triggered the intro. Oh no, look at it! It's going crazy. Look in the trees for him. For who? What was that? Okay, I guess it didn't crash. Uh-oh. What happened? What happened? Donkey Kong versus Donkey Kong. Hey, whatever. I won't waste the whole time playing this, but it's fun. Leave me alone. It's a good game. Alright, let me switch back. Let's see. I gotta switch this. Oop. Hey, we got the music back. But now it's probably really soft. There. Okay, that was a fun little divergent. So yeah, he does absolutely. Oh, let me get my microphone in the right spot here. He does absolutely use that crouch frame. It doesn't look like they use it while jumping, which would have been nice, but they do use it while landing. I don't know if I can link 2 separate frames. Can I tell this one that it has to be this one? Can I do that? Wait, can I just select both of these? One. Oh, shoot. Can I select both? I can't. I can only select the range. Ooh, duplicate link cells. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Duplicate a linked cell And then move it here. Yeah, will that do it? Uh-oh, did it erase my other one? It erased my other one. Okay, hold on. Hold on. What am I doing here? Okay. Let's just make a new image here. What is going on? Why is it so big? What is going on? Close that. Am I in the right? Yeah, I'm on the right thing here. There we go. Okay. So if it gets deleted, then we don't care. Okay, so what did we do last time? We right-clicked. No, here. Duplicate linked cell. Oh, okay. I don't think this is gonna work right. Hold on. Duplicate linked cells. Bring this over here. Okay, this might be better. Yes, yes, yes. So theoretically, if I just draw like this, then this frame also has it. Okay, good. Hey Oaks, what's up? We're doing run frames. I think he's gonna have to be slower though. Let's see, this is 100 frames. Okay, what I want to do is extend this frame in this frame's time, but we're gonna keep this one short, and you'll see why. $133. See how that works? You extend the timing on the ones where it's outstretched. And it's kind of an ease in, ease out kind of thing. But it just kind of puts more weight into this pose and this pose. Oh, this is gonna have to potentially have this like this. Like that. In this case, probably just erase that. I don't know, something like that. Oh, we're actually, we're past the time's up. I think it actually played when we were playing the game. Hello, Blue. Your channel is really fun to watch. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. A lot of times I think it's too drawn out. And people wouldn't be interested in the long format. But I'm glad to hear that that's not true. Let's get this onion skin back on here. Let's do that. Actually, this is gonna be under here. Let's just keep this white for now, and we'll draw the stripes in later. Yeah, you probably won't really see. Oh, the heads are not final. They're not final here. we're just doing stuff. Like the hair doesn't really move. Yeah, we're just sliding things around at this point. I feel like this arm moves too much too quick. It would have to be something perhaps more like this. I'm outlining it because it's a little hard to follow with the bright background, which is why I don't want to use a bright background, but for the life of me, I can't get a sprite to cooperate and use a dark background when I want to, so this is how it's gonna be. That helps a little bit. I don't think it's gonna end up being any good, but hey, it's practice, right? That's how it goes. No, can't do it that way. It's gotta be higher because I changed the way that these work. Yeah, that's alright. For a quick rough. That'll be something like this. That front part's not right. The motion in the shirt's really bad. Maybe if I bring this down a little more. That's not terrible. I think it'll really come down to I think it'll really come down to how do I say it? The legs. Yeah, it's kind of a Sonic run, isn't it? I'm just spitballing at this point. I'm just having fun. I want to at least rough out the legs, and we'll see what it comes out to look like. Let's see, these frames, intermediate frames are 100, those are 6 frames. Part of me thinks that maybe it's a little quick, but I think we'll really know that for sure when the legs get put in. So they're the same color format here. So let's just do what Nemo does and see what happens. Personally, I like to start with a full body silhouette and add details little by little. Here, I'm doing it this way to track like the foot, since it's a color that sticks out, right? I didn't have to add the shirt lines here, and they're not very good, so I'm probably just gonna go over them again anyway. But I at least want to get the color separation in, that way I can see the shoulder moving versus the rest of it. So kind of a semi-silhouette. Oh, this has got to be down. Wait, so then this pose actually needs to go up 1, and this one needs to go up 1. Hey, C64, what's up? I feel like the foot needs to be a little higher. It's not going to be like 2 size yet. I'm just trying to get a good position on it. How's the development doing? Oh, it's doing. It's going little by little. I feel like the foot's too close. Oh, that's the wrong color. Actually, let me swap them. Make this the primary. And then this one's gonna be a pain. I have to do basically what Mega Man did. We switch to that one here. We just don't have as much definition on the knee. Mega Man's got real smart design because you can see exactly where his joints are. They use 2 different colors for it, so it's really nice. So we're just gonna have to kind of pretend here that we got what we got. No, that's probably about right for where it should be. And if we kind of do this here, we can have the second leg, right? Again, the feet are not the right shape yet, but we'll get there in a bit. I just want to get sort of rough positions. And his knee is all the way up. It's up there. And his other leg's all the way out. So here, I think we'll have to kind of cut in a little bit. It's tough because his foot or his leg's not very very long to begin with. Makes me think that we should have less of a bend and go maybe for more of a straight shot from here. And have just the bend up front, right? Lanky legs, kind of. I'm trying to avoid some of this. Look, I'm feeling it out here. Just give me a minute. Yeah, he does look lanky though, doesn't he? These legs look way smaller for some reason. I don't know. With the onion skin off, that leg looks terrible though. It could be worse. Could be way worse. He looks really tall though, like this, when his arms start moving, right? I think everything's got to get a little stubbier. Wait, hold on. Yeah, no, this is the up frame. Down, up, down, up, down, up. This is probably the best frame right now. I think he's gonna get stubbier. Maybe less bend. More straight. Oh. That also means that the feet need to be a little more extreme on some areas and readjusted in position. I'm just kind of guessing and checking now. This is not scientific or artistic. His legs are kind of chunky, right? Now these legs are okay-ish. This might have to move in one. Whoop! Okay, we do want to save it, right? Tricky Run 4 frame. We do want to save it. That was a good mistake. I should have been saving it a long time ago. Now that's fine there. I think, yeah, part of the problem was that we weren't giving the back of the leg enough of a connection to like the shoe. So it's kind of like it's got to be connected to the base of the shoe. Point where, yeah, I think that's starting to come together a little better. Back of the leg, because you look at his leg here is just like a tube, almost. With little exception, there's not much difference between the tip or the leg itself and like the extension of the shoe. So even this one can come in. I don't know where that's going to leave the arms, though. Hey, it's not god-awful, right? I think the arms are now too long. They have to come in. The hands may be a little too big, but I think the bigger issue here is the size of the arm. Likewise, this one will come in. Hey, how about that? It's not god-awful. It's not god-awful at all. Okay, let me actually outline some of this and get the contrast right between the frames. It's going to be a very rough outline. It's not going to be anything special. But I need to have an idea of what this is going to eventually end up like. Nope, that leg is too fat. I'll have to do it this one. Could use shadow to illustrate which leg is in front and back. We'll do that for now. I don't know if I want to keep that as a stylistic thing or not. I'll think about it. I suppose a really good walk cycle wouldn't have to rely on that necessarily. Pull this up just a little. Yeah, a lot of this is going to have to change, I think. But for now, I think it should be alright. Oh yeah, let's see. This leg is the front leg, right? No, it's not. Back leg. So that has different implications here. Yeah, something like that. Oh, and this hand. It's not bad, but Ricky looks really big. Like bigger than his walk cycle. Or bigger than his standing frame, rather. Oh, this is part of the challenge of it. What is his neck like? That's the problem. I didn't draw the neck. Okay, what I need to do, I need to pull all of this down. No, not that part. Not that part. Actually, we'll pull it down to the shirt, and the shirt will come down. The shirt's meant to be kind of baggy on him, right? So that's okay to start overlapping the legs, and I think that will help the lanky leg issue as well. Bless you. She sneezed in the other room. Oh. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Because you look here, there's a visible neck that got cut here. That's looking a little better. I think that's why it looked really off for a bit. That's a little better. He still looks taller, though. He still looks considerably taller, or bigger, or something. I think part of it might have to do with the thickness of this. Now, let's see. Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, that's not the thickness, but the positioning is pretty all right. Next too long. Hey, who's that? Bazooka Game Dev is hosting. Well, thank you very much. Neck is too long? But he has to have a neck. The other one's got a neck. Xeno Cryon is followed. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, they're flooding in. Two Witty Bird Tintin? Is that what it says? Yeah, Two Witty Bird Tintin. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Oh, this one's hard. I can't keep up. Roaming Potato 11. Alright, that's a good username. Oh, I see this is too low here. Gotta push his head down into the body a bit more for a run. Oh, looked weird without it though. Well, let me fix the shoulder straps first, and then I'll take a look at that. Oh yeah, see, these are just black up here. They don't even go through. Wait, shit, did I miss one? Oh, Bazooka Game Dev followed. Well, thank you. I'm getting flooded. I'm not used to it. You have to forgive me. I appreciate all the love. Thank you guys very much. I'm starting to feel a little big time now, huh? Oh, well, that is up one. Hey man, A-Sprite, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. A-Sprite's, I wouldn't say it's the best. I haven't tried every single one of them out there. But I feel like A-Sprite's really good. Like, criminally undiscovered good. Yeah, I don't know. I think you're right. I think the head's gotta go down, but like, how do I do this gracefully? Alright, we'll just shove them down. Shove them down like our feelings. And see what happens. Oh, he looks weird though. That one can't. That one can't do that. That one looked weird. This one can probably go down. Oh, he's got like an extra bounce from the back one. Down and forward, down and forward. Okay, down and forward. 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 Oh yeah, I think I see what you mean. Yeah, okay, I get it. I get it. It adjusts his entire posture. Yes, it does. Okay. And now probably going down doesn't look so weird. Oh, I lost my selection. Ah, that one still looks strange, but maybe it's a shoulder problem. That one might be a shoulder problem. Jeez, I don't know, actually. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely looks better. You don't need to push it further down on the crossover frames. No, these ones look alright. These ones look okay. Let me fill in the gap. Possible this just needs to get pulled out. I'm just winging it right now. Oh no, he's got like a weird neck. I don't know, no neck doesn't look right though. Too much neck or no neck? I don't know. This one's a little strange because you don't have a good enough contrast to really. Oh god, that looks even worse. Oh man, I don't know what to do with that one. This one's just a weird frame. Unless we just go nuts and make this like way thicker. It helps a little, but not enough. Yeah, we'll get something eventually. Better than it was. Let me get the backpack here. Actually, let me change this onion skin. I want to see the last frame. I want to see the next frame right now. By the way, I don't know if you use Sprite, you can actually change how far ahead you see things by just changing these little bits here. Oh shoot. Hold on. So I can do only forward frames, or oh, how do you wait? Hold on. Here, yeah. Deselect that, and then you can do back frames, or you don't have to have back frames. This actually changes the onion skin thing. I never knew that for the longest time, but it's so crazy useful. You know, I'm gonna get rid of this. Whoops! Yeah, have that checked. I'm gonna get rid of the stripes and just focus on the shape of the shirt for now. Getting better. Actually, we don't even need Nemo anymore. Link. Link. Still seems a little hunched or something. Her shoulders are dislocated. But it's getting there. Look at the shirt for a minute. What am I not? Oh. Yeah. I was on the wrong layer again. Where is my running? Yeah. Whoop. I feel like this needs to go something like this. No, he looks fat now. I guess that's alright. No, he looks fat now. Ricky's athletic, so he doesn't need all that extra. In fact, I feel like this should be kicked up. Oh, that's much better. Yeah. Okay. Hey, it actually looks like his shirt's flowing. Holy crap. Look at that. He looks like he's doing a sprinter's run, though. He looks a little rigid, right? I mean, yeah, it's retro, but I don't know. He looks a little too rigid, maybe. It's coming together, though. It's getting there, little by little. How about that? How about that? Hey, I'm a little proud of that. Alright, his shoulder's all goobered up too, but we'll fix it. Does he have backpack frames for every frame? It looks like it's enough. I like the way it pops out. It's getting there though. How about that? Alright, legs really need some work. And the shoulder definitely needs some work. I still think this frame looks a little goofy and I'm not sure why. Does that help or hurt? I think that helps a little because the ear is kind of in a similar spot. Yeah, his shoulder is higher here than it is here. Maybe it's too high. It helps to focus on a single trait that you want to portray when doing a run that shows character. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, where Melody's gonna have them's the old ones. Let's see, where's the new ones? Oh, that's one of the new ones, but I'm not one of them. Oh yeah, Melody's probably gonna have more dainty, kind of arms stretched out kind of run. I don't know about Deke. Deke could get the Mario run where his arms are just tucked in. that would look nerdy. But Ricky's athletic, so he's gotta have some kind of like sprint, you know? He's gotta really be running. I feel like the legs. Oh. A little too thick. Some spots here. Yeah, that one's gonna be hard. I'm gonna have to move that foot, I think. This leg thickness is a bit more like what you see here. It's these ones here that are bugging me. It might just be the back leg, the back of the leg, that's the problem. I don't want to lose the knee bend too much, but... Oh, that's right. Yeah, this thing. Nemo's run is more fun and laid back because the feet lead so much. Yeah, his posture is back. Where Ricky's a bit more stiff, right? I see what you mean. He just laid back, he just jogging. He's trotting. Ricky looks a little more like he's tense, like he's kind of on a mission. I mean, that kind of works for the mansion game. Imagine that their running would be more hunched because they're, in a scary environment, right? Yeah. Right. Well, and to that end, Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Have them lean in a little more forward. And I think a lot of that has to do with their, like, chest posture here. Ah, this is tough. Ah, he just looks fat again. What could I do here? I mean, one way is to do it more like this, maybe. Nah, he looks hunched. He looks weird. It looks like he got crushed. It almost feels like he has to go more like this. But is that too far forward? I don't know. I think the legs will have to adjust to this new posture. I feel like they've got to come out a little more. Some. He's more like Mega Man 7 in this way. I actually like the way this looks. Becomes a dash if the head is too far forward. Gotcha. I like this. This looks like he's actually trying to go somewhere. Like he's trying to get somewhere, and that makes sense. You're gonna be scrambling in a scary environment. I like this. This looks nice. It's just a matter of adjusting the drawing now for those changes. Let me fill in some easy gaps. And we'll go from there. This frame is going to be the bane of my fucking existence. I swear to God. Yeah, about facial expressions. I don't know if Ricky's is unique necessarily from the others. It's kind of like you don't have a lot of space to work with, right? So like, I don't know. Oh, wait, where am I? Am I drawn? Or not drawn? There we are. Like you do that, now he's got an attitude, right? But I don't think Ricky's that kind of kid. I don't think he has an attitude. He looks more perturbed than anything. And if he's worried, actually that doesn't really look worried. He'd have to do something like that. But he's not a scaredy cat. He's the big dumb brave boy. Melody looks a little worried. And Deke's just kind of, I don't know. Deke's just Deke. Deke's doing Deke things. He's curious. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know how to extract more from this setup here. I'm not sure what I could do. Give him a big nose. That looks weird. Eh. If you raise his shoulders by a pixel on the non-crossover frames, it will add a bit more to the balance. Okay, dokie. I think I see what you mean already. Whole thing's gotta come up. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. He's turned into Fat Ricky again. We'll fix it though. It's just funny. Yeah, these ones are so high now that I think I'm going to have to just get them to go to dark. And kind of just... I don't know, that one I guess you probably can't.
Oh, what? Oh, you better turn that music off. It's Castlevania 64.
Yeah, well, you know,
Yeah,
it's alright.
know.
I don't like Castlevania 64, so she's busting my balls about it.
Not bust, mister.
It's a shitty game.
Fuck you.
That doesn't work. It's a really shitty game. Eh, it looks weird. It looks like a ring now. What did I do here? I have to undo it. Oh, that's what it was? Maybe the thickness should come from the bottom now, since we're seeing more of the bottom here. I guess that would make more sense. There's something wrong about the size of the shoulder. I'm not sure how to fix that yet. And this shoulder should be a little more front heavy, I think. Because it's pushing, it's pulling this way. So this should be like the round and then it goes out the other way. Maybe it's not forward enough. Like, in general. So yeah, this one's definitely got to get bigger. Which kind of goes along with what we're doing with the other ones. And then the difference here is that this has to come under as well to meet. You know, the, the shoulder straps were a really nifty thing to help define the shoulders here, but they're killing me when I have to actually animate them. They're killing me. That's because you're losing track of his neck. I like the music in Bloodlines. Bloodlines has good music.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. It's killing me. I'm not really sure what to do next with it. It looks weird. I don't know. I don't know where I went wrong. I strayed too far from God's path. Shoulder is too high. It makes the pose look awkward. Raise the shoulder or lower the shoulder. Chat, will you please make up your mind? Yeah, that foot's all weird. That's gonna have to get like redone. Let's see. So we got 1, 2. We got a thickness of 2 here. So this is gonna have to come out. Down. It looks better in motion than it does in stills. Oh no. I hope you're all enjoying my torture trying to figure this out. I think the feet look a little better now. I don't know. He's got a shoulder problem. Something's weird about his shoulders. These measure up. Yeah, they're. Yeah, that's about where I expect them to be. The head height is fine. Yeah, because they match up with the. I think that's gotta come up. Then it makes his legs longer again. Ah. Hey, Red Pug, what's up? No, that doesn't help. Actually, I might have to come out a little. Oh, yeah, that's a better shape for it. And that too. Okay, this one needs to change. Nothing has been going on. All I've been doing is hard coding things in my game. Well, that's good. I'm torturing myself by doing a run animation. That's how I'm doing. Alright. This hand has bothered me long enough. I know it's not a big problem, but it's bothered me long enough, and I'm gonna do something about it. That's a little better. Not perfect, but whatever. I think part of some of the problem here is that the hands are actually a little too big. His sleeves kind of come up on him, you see? That looks a little more on model. It's not terrible. Hey, he's got little thumbs now. How about that? How about that? He got thumbs. Look at that, Ricky. You can pick things up and put them down now. You got opposable thumbs. You don't have to raccoon hand it. They put both their hands together to pick something. Welcome to the primate family, Ricky. I'm just spitballing here. I don't know if that'll work. No, that looks way worse. Jesus. Okay. No, too far forward's bad. So something else has got to change. The head's fine. Something else needs to change here. What's Nemo doing? Kind of looks like Mega Man? Yeah, you say that because it's partly modeled on that. Yeah, what's Mega Man doing here? It's the torso. It's absolutely the torso. His chest is... I don't know. Damn. Something wrong. Maybe I've got to go the other direction here. I am letting his shirt billow out too much in the front. No, something not right here. Something's wrong. You build a fighting game engine. Or built, rather. That's pretty good. Oh, that doesn't match up at all. Yeah, the thing with the hand here is it can't go too high because the other hand doesn't, see? Well, I don't know. Mega Man's doesn't do that though either. Look at his hand's here, but the other hand cranks all the way up. It's getting there. It's just that one frame's really weird. The backpack also kind of lost its turning motion too. Doesn't look like it turns as much as it used to. Something really boxy about his frame here that I don't like. Maybe it just needs to come down, but I don't know. Does that come up more? Yeah, I don't think that's right. Oh, that might be better. That might be better. Are you gonna put this Retro Mansion game on Steam? That's a good question. I don't know. I guess that would be a reasonable end goal to have, right? I think it would be safe to say that would be a target platform. It takes, you can't just put anything up on Steam. It does take a lot of work, so I don't know what well, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know what all the ins and outs. So to self-publish on Steam is a little bit hairy. You can't just walk in and be like, hey, put this up on Steam. There's a lot of hoops you have to jump through. And because of that reason, from my understanding, and maybe the situation has changed, maybe it's different now, but my understanding is that a lot of indies end up signing agreements with publishers who already have Steam accounts and can put the game up on their behalf, so they don't have to go through paying the fees and all the hassle of making an account. I don't know, they don't really talk about it, so I don't know if right now it's expensive to put anything on Steam, but at one point they were considering charging indies like a whole $1,000 or $1,500 or something to put the game up. And I don't know if that's a listing fee or what exactly that is. But I know they kept changing their mind on what they wanted to do. And since I'm pretty sure that they have a non-disclosure agreement on these kind of things, that even if an indie went and did that self-publishing, they probably wouldn't be able to or willing to disclose how that worked. So they might not talk about it, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm not sure what the current situation is, so it's hard for me to be like, oh yeah, definitely, we'll put it on Steam, because there's a lot of things to consider there. I would love to put it on Steam, we'll put it that way. If I can make it work, I'll make it work. And I'm sure there's a way. You know, rarely is there an issue where you can't figure out something. It just comes down to how much is that going to cost, and actually looks kind of cool like that. I don't know. Yeah, it's going to come down to how much it's going to cost, and whether it would make sense to do it on our own or what. So maybe I would really like it. Trying to put a little extra to do with his hair here. I was like, hair is kind of like waving back in the wind. I don't know. It looks crappy now that I look at it. Looks like a Neo Geo Pocket Adventure game or Metal Slug First Mission. Well, Metal Slug First Mission sprites are very small. Their size of Mega Man or smaller. They're also very high frame count for a handheld. I guess the other thing is Mega Man's head doesn't turn, does it? Did Mega Man's frames get shifted? What happened? Mega Man, why are your frames all messed up? There, now you're bobbing, right? What happened? They must have got moved by accident. There you go. Now he's bobbing. You see the Ninja Turtle beat 'em up. It's gonna be made by people who made Scott Pilgrim and published by the people who did Streets of Rage 4. Yes, I did see that, and you're correct. That is exactly who's working on it. So it should be pretty interesting. I'm excited to see it. I really like the animation in it. It's very nice. It's going to come down to how well it plays, and how well it plays online too is going to be a big factor. Now, it's not as big of an issue to have immediate responsiveness in a brawler / beat 'em up game. Like a fighting game, you absolutely need that precision. But I could play Final Fight with a little bit of delay. It's just a different kind of game, right? So whether or not they go for rollback, you know, it would be really cool if it had rollback. It would be really great, but I don't think it would be necessary for it to have rollback in order to function correctly. I think it would be really nice, but it wouldn't be necessary. I'm trying to figure out how to make this sharper. Why can't I draw? Oh, I'm in the Mega Man layer. Damn it. Do I have anything else on the Mega Man layer? Okay, good. I don't. That might be alright. And that actually helps. That helps, like, keep his chest in a nice form. I like that. That works. You see that? Sometimes just a couple pixels can do all that work. Oh, it's this. This is what's bothering me. Between this frame, this group of pixels here doesn't move. Now they do. There, and that's a little baggier too for his shirt. I think that is a little more on model with his standing frame now. It's still got some issues, but we're getting there a little bit by a little bit. But it is 11:30 now, so I think we'll have to stop there for now, and then I can maybe get some feedback during the week, maybe make a few changes, and then we'll continue it back on next Thursday. How's that sound? I think that'll be fine. Got a lot to do with the legs. You know, like one thing I would want to do is put this like this, perhaps. You know, get some of that pant leg definition going on here. I guess I'm doing it right now. I could do something like this, it would be nice. I feel like this needs to be something like this. I don't know. Something like that. Will you give your character the Hadoken for collecting things like in Mega Man? Probably not for this game. I think that would be a little out of the usual for this kind of character. Yeah, I'll have to figure out how to tweak some of this stuff. It's not looking quite how I'd like it here. Anyway, you get the idea. So, yeah. There. Save. Let's save. That's a good idea. Alright. So, let's take a look at the schedule. And, actually, you know what? Keep looking at that. I'll talk about schedule. You keep looking at the run animation. Give you something to focus on. So Thursdays today, that's the Retro Mansion show, game dev show, whatever you want to call it. We'll be back again on next Thursday with the same subject, and then we'll, like I said, I'll field some feedback, probably make a few changes, and we'll see how that comes out next Thursday, and then continue it on. Then on Sunday, that's when I play a game on stream. And then Monday I do Pocket Fighter EX game development, and that's a fan fighting game. So if that sounds interesting, it's also retro style graphics, so it's all kind of the same thing. So if that sounds interesting, then come on over and check that out. So, here, take a look. Now it's on screen for a few seconds. And those are all 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so given that, where'd my sheet go? I had my sheet. Did it fall down? I've been cleaning my desk, so everything's all over the place. Where'd my sheet go? I had my patron sheet, but it disappeared. Oh, is this it? Do I got it? I got it, yeah, and it's March, right? Yeah, jeez. The time is flying by so fast. I don't know what month it is half the time. Alright, so our March patrons are Cameron Weil, Variant X, Omega Kia, Wakened Emperor, Angel, Rui Luis, Uncle Roy, Mike Cruz, Taryn Williams, Corporal Chungus, Bryce Nagawingam, AJ, Grave Spirit, Miles Griffin, Ben K, D-Money 107, LD Walker. Thank you guys very, very, very super extra much. It means a lot now more than ever with everything going on. So, if you too feel like you would like to become a patron, you go to patreon.com/GameDevScrubs. You can get prototype builds, like in development builds of the stuff that I work on here. You get extra updates on stuff. Sometimes I share out the pixel art files and things like that. And we got a private little Discord area that you can all chat in. A little special, I was gonna say a who's who club, but I'm probably using that term incorrectly. Did you get your little click? You get to have a little fun nobody can see except me and the other patrons. I mean, behave, but don't, it's private. You know what I'm saying? So if that sounds good to you, and you want to help me out, I would very much appreciate that. So hit up that link. The link's down below or in the post or whatever. And otherwise, we got the Discord. We got the public Discord. You can go there and yell at me too. That's fine. And that's pretty much it. So I think I'm gonna get out of here and get some sleep so I can recover from my thing, and hopefully it won't hurt as much tomorrow, and then I'll be very happy about that. So anyway, see you guys Sunday, Monday, and Thursday. Have a good one, and scrub out.